Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu. Ladies and gentlemen, Uhuru Kenyatta is very angry. And Uhuru Kenyatta is very bitter. Uhuru Kenyatta is angry because yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua addressed the Kikuyu Nation through Inoro FM. And during that address to the Kikuyu Nation, Rigathi Gachagua declared that the contest in Ol Kalou is between two political parties, DCP Party and UDA Party.
Ngojeni, iko by election inakuja Ol Kalou Nyandarua. Tutakutana na huyo mwanaume hapo Nyandarua. I am telling you. Mimi nangojea tukutane na huyo mwanaume. Na hiyo kifua yake anajipiga.
In short, Rigathi Gachagua removed Jubilee Party from the equation. Remember, the late member of parliament belonged to Jubilee Party, and Jubilee Party is part and parcel of the united opposition.
When you see that you're having nominations in Ol Kalou as a political party, where is your party register? If you are saying ni mtu yote mwenye anapita kwenda sokoni anapiga kura, I mean they could be Jubilee people who are voting the wrong person in another party. That's not where we wanted our democracy to go. So this thing that was said that there were parties that held elections at Ol Kalou open na mnaweka carton kwa polling station, that's just playing games with Kenyans.
In this video, I want us to look at the move by Rigathi Gachagua to declare the contest in Ol Kalou as a contest between UDA and DCP, and why Uhuru Kenyatta is not happy. Because we all know that last month, IEBC cleared 9 individuals to contest. There was Sami Ng'otho Kamau of DCP. There was Wilson Kigwa of Jubilee. And of course, UDA is also sponsoring Samuel Muchina.
Why don't you this time around then agree to have one candidate for
No, pale ni tofauti. We have no opposition. UDA is finished. They are not an issue. So tumesema hizi chama zetu zote tushindane, itaongoza. Wacha Jubilee wasimamishe mtu, wacha DCP simamishe, wacha PLP, DP wakitaka, mtu yoyote ambaye anataka tupiganie pale, kwa sababu UDA is not a in whichever way. So wacha pale inaitwa kabla you went to the main contest. The opportunity Ol Kalou is a friendly match between the sister parties, because UDA is not an issue as far as I'm concerned.
And there is total confusion in opposition as to who they should support.
We are in consultation. Our NEC as Jubilee will meet tomorrow, and we will consult. We are members of the United Opposition conscientiously. We have decided to be part of the United Opposition. We will consult with the other NECs of the United Opposition parties. I think we will come to a conclusion and a position that's agreeable to everyone. I don't want to preempt that decision and that announcement, because I don't want to take my brothers and sisters in the other parties for granted. We respect each other's institutions. They are doing their own meetings. We will do our NEC tomorrow, and then we will converge and take a position together, which we will communicate to the public. That's how we would like to operate.
But in this video, I want us to focus on why Uhuru Kenyatta is not very happy. But first of all, allow me to take you to a statement which was issued by the United Opposition. Because United Opposition were confused. They held a meeting and issued a statement. And in that their statement, they declared that they will support a single candidate. But they failed to mention the name of that candidate. And they were vague that some scientific opinion polling will be used to determine that candidate. Remember, so far, the names have already been submitted, and these guys are campaigning. It's just a few days to the elections, and the opposition cannot agree on a candidate in Ol Kalou alone. How will they agree on a presidential candidate? These guys are not serious. Let me just take you through that statement very briefly, because I think that statement is also significant before I explain to you guys why Uhuru is very angry with Rigathi Gachagua. This is the statement which they issued. Ol Kalou by election, let the people decide. The alternative government wishes to update the nation on the forthcoming Ol Kalou parliamentary by-election that shall be, in our considered view, a direct test of our constitutional democracy and the sovereign will of the people. Listen to this, following extensive consultations amongst coalition partners, we have reached a principled agreement to support a single candidate under the United Alternative Government banner. The candidate will be identified through an independent scientific survey and credible opinion polling to determine the aspirant's best place to secure victory and advance the interests of the people of Ol Kalou. This approach reflects our commitment to unity, democracy, and evidence-based decision-making, while demonstrating that the national interest must always take precedence over individual political ambitions. Ladies and gentlemen, from that statement, it is very clear that the united opposition are sitting right in the middle. They don't want to interfere with Uhuru Kenyatta, who is the main sponsor, and also they don't want to interfere with Rigathi Gachagua, who is the main person holding the grip of the mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, but why is Uhuru Kenyatta angry with this move by Rigathi Gachagua? Before we get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Ladies and gentlemen, number one, it reveals the war in opposition. And this war is purely between Rigathi Gachagua and his preferred presidential candidate, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Uhuru Kenyatta and his preferred presidential candidate, Fred Okengo Matiang'i. It is now very clear because Rigathi is very clear on his approach. He wants to hold the mountain but support Kalonzo. Uhuru Kenyatta is also very clear in his approach. He wants Matiang'i to be the presidential candidate and also win seats in Mount Kenya. So the fact that now Rigathi is declaring Ol Kalou as a two-horse race between DCP and UDA means Matiang'i will not have a chance. I'm not so sure whether Matiang'i has actually gone to the ground there to campaign. I'm not so sure. So for me, that's significant. Because remember, after the Emurua Dikir performance, Rigathi Gachagua was charged. And I remember him very clearly making this declaration.
DCP is a party of the moment, a party of the future. We raided Ruto's perceived bedroom. DCP landed there authoritatively and caused a storm. This is a new party. It's 1 year old today. UDA has been there for 5 years. It's the government in power. And you can see the party of UDA is on decline. DCP is on the ascendancy.
Number two, Uhuru Kenyatta was banking on this win in Ol Kalou because this seat was previously being held by a Jubilee candidate. And Uhuru Kenyatta was hoping that the united opposition were going to rally behind his candidate. And if they were to win this seat, let's say if Jubilee were to be supported and manage to win this seat, the party was going to attract more aspirants, the party was going to be charged, they were going to continue with the trajectory which they had taken. But now that's not going to be the case. Because I foresee a situation where Rigathi Gachagua is actually going to win in Ol Kalou. If Rigathi were to win in Ol Kalou, it's going to mean very simple. Uhuru Kenyatta is going to lose an MP, but importantly, Rigathi Gachagua is going to win the seat. And should Rigathi win that seat, he's going to have a lot of advantage. The bragging rights, stamping his authority, more aspirants will join, the party will become more attractive, and of course, he's going to gain the momentum which will be able now to use moving forward. Number three, this contest is also about the control of Mount Kenya politics. If Jubilee had won, Uhuru would stamp his authority. If Rigathi wins, his party will stamp its authority. So the party which will win here will definitely take control of Mount Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta's political survival depends purely on Mount Kenya. Because you can't tell me that we still have Jubilee. No, Jubilee is still in the mountain. In fact, the other day, Pauline Njoroge made a post in Kikuyu. And in that post, she was asking the preferred presidential candidate between Sifuna, Matiang'i, Kalonzo, and others. And the mountain gave the answers there. And I was actually shocked that Fred Matiang'i was even performing better, way better than everybody. So it means if now this win were to go to DCP, DCP would have an upper hand. And number 4, Rigathi is then now going to stamp his authority as Mount Kenya Kingpin. Because today, if I were to ask you, who is Mount Kenya Kingpin? Most of you would be hesitant to declare Rigathi Gachagua. Some would declare Uhuru Kenyatta. But the truth is, if Rigathi were to win this seat, he's finally going to stamp his authority as the Kingpin, which means Uhuru Kenyatta is going to pave way. Uhuru Kenyatta is now going to be thrown out of Mount Kenya. And as I was explaining, this by-election, if DCP were to win, Jubilee will lose a seat. And that's normally not very good for their politics. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.